New this morning, a man is dead after an early morning crash. Fox 4's Kathy Quinn's live with the latest.
Well, firefighters had to put out another fire at another gate, and it could cause some problems for customers later today.
And White Sox were screaming at each other.
And it was a royal ruckus in the Windy City. Kansas City Royals and the Chicago White Sox cleared the benches in this one. We're going to hear from some players about it.
You'll be able to take a long look at Kauffman Stadium as you drive westbound on I-70. We are forever royal, and Fox 4 News at 7 starts now.
From the station that's working for you, you're watching Fox 4 News at 7 a.m.
Hey, good to have you with us. I'm Mark Over.
Somebody's got to be. 7 o'clock, happy Friday. I'm Lauren Halifax.
You rooting for the White Sox now?
No, I'm not.
You're an
rooting
Oakland
for the
Raiders
White
fan?
Sox. No.
You like the Detroit Tigers too, don't you? No. St. Louis
You're out of
Cardinals,
here.
huh?
You're out of here. He's
I like
ejected.
the Royals. What are you talking about? Are you all right? You need something?
It's Friday.
Need a little drink?
Need a bat? You want to throw a pitch at Mark's head?
What's going on in
Put a
traffic?
bullseye. You know what I like to do? See this right here? Right there is what I like to do. Pow! Right in the kisser.
I don't know what got into you this morning.
Yeah, you.
God.
Okay, you're banned from
Sick.
talking
All
about
right,
the Royals.
traffic.
No more.
There is
Gotta
trouble in
gotta hit the
I-70.
click points, baby.
We'll get to it in a minute.
All right.
See ya.
Weather-wise, we're talking about rain rolling in as well. It's developed just to the west of Kansas City. It's lifting up to the north. Nothing necessarily impacting the immediate metro at the moment, but here's all that little scattered activity that's going to continue developing and lifting up towards Tonganoxie, towards Leavenworth. Weston, heads up, you're going to get some rain here shortly. Rock Creek, you're just going to miss out on it, but it's going to continue making its way towards Leavenworth County and portions of Jefferson County as well. Got a couple of things we want to talk about this morning. Rain's going to continue through the morning hours. Then tonight, we're going to be watching out for a storm window from about 7 to 11, with hail being the main threat. And we've also got to talk about tornadoes in central Kansas, not here in Kansas City. We'll talk more about the threat for severe weather tonight. Also update you on the weekend forecast coming up.
All right, a 21-year-old man is dead after an overnight crash.
One witness says this man was hill jumping just before the crash that killed him. Fox 4's Kathy Quinn's live from 46th and Pittman to explain.
That's right. That witness lives in this home. His name is Larry Painter. He lives here on Pittman Road. He says he saw and heard the crash. The driver, the 21-year-old driver, was driving down Pittman when he crashed at the end of the hill, about 2 houses, 2 yards down, and he was speeding at a high rate of speed, and also he was not wearing a seatbelt. That is according to the sergeant who was here on the scene and told us. Now, the second time that Larry heard that car heading northbound, it crashed and ended up in a woman's yard. She sent us the picture but didn't want to be identified. The sergeant tells us the car flipped at least 4 times, judging from the evidence, and the driver was ejected. Larry Painter, the witness once again, was getting something out of his truck, so he saw it. He says he heard it also. He heard a crash. He says the driver was hill jumping, which means speeding on hills, and then it went airborne. There was debris scattered over the 2 yards until it stopped.
Yeah, I ran out and checked it out and make sure everybody in the car, and I couldn't find anybody. And that's when they found him out there and he laying out in the field.
So he was ejected?
He was ejected, yes.
So you figured... All right, so at this point, they're saying that speed was a factor. He was not wearing a seatbelt, but they're still checking into alcohol. And this, of course, is an ongoing investigation. And they not released his identification pending notification of his family. Kathy Quinn, Fox 4 News, working for you.
Thank you, Kathy.
Well, another Gates location may be closed this morning. A fire broke out at the one at 12th and Brooklyn just before 4 this morning. The chimney was on fire. It was caused by a buildup of debris in the smokestack there. Employee inside smoking meats didn't even realize there was a fire, extra fire, until firefighters got there. They got it out pretty quick. There's no physical damage to the inside of the restaurant beyond smoke damage, so they don't know if the store will be open. We'll find out, though, and make sure you know about it so you can go there if you so desire. I may help you. Today, we may learn the name of the man killed in a motorcycle crash in Kansas City. It happened last night about 9:30 at 53rd and the Paseo. When police got there, they found the man dead. He had crashed a Honda sport bike. A helmet was found nearby. They don't know if he was wearing it at the time of the accident. They're also not sure what caused it. They're still investigating.
Today, a Wyandotte County judge will sentence a man who ran from police and caused a deadly accident. This crash happened late last year in Kansas City, Kansas, near 63rd and Leavenworth Road. Tyrone Murphy slammed into a minivan that was carrying 8-year-old Jasmine Rodriguez, and she died there on the scene. Prosecutors say Murphy broadsided the minivan while running from police. Less than a week after tempers flared in a game against the Oakland A's, the Royals got tangled up with another team, with Chicago. They were playing the White Sox. The series started off with a bang. With the game tied at 2 in the bottom of the 7th, Adam Eaton grounded one to Yordano Ventura. Ventura threw the ball to first, got the out. He also had some not so nice words for Eaton. Well, both benches cleared. The game got held up for 4 minutes. 5 players got ejected, including 3 Royals. After the game, Ventura talked about what happened.
It was a hard comebacker. It kind of put him off balance, at which point he, took those steps, I guess, or whatever, that incited Eaton. And when Eaton said something to him, he responded back, clearly emotional, and he wishes that, it wouldn't have happened like that. And
There you go.
After 13 innings, the Royals got the win. Final of 3-2.
Let's go Royals. Let's go WWE. Oh, sorry, wrong.
Wonder if Yordano asked Adam, what's eating you? And that's what set him off, huh? There's one for you, Mark. Westbound I-70, Manchester. We have this accident working, and it's right in the middle of the construction zone, and only one lane is getting through here. And our real-time maps are showing a big backup here to Blue Ridge Boulevard. So here's the accident, and there may be some injuries involved here. There you can clearly see this is the construction zone here. Only one lane getting through. A couple of cars, and that vehicle right there was pointed in the wrong direction. So into the backup we go, and this is a live look at it from our Blue Ridge cutoff camera. This is westbound I-70 traffic, and again, it's stacked up all the way back towards Blue Ridge Boulevard. So that's causing some drive time delays. 29 minutes right now from 7 Highway in Blue Springs into downtown. Nick Vassals, Fox 4 Power Traffic.
Look at that. High school performance turned into a nightmare for some actors. When the stage collapsed, we'll update you on the students' conditions and how this may have happened.
And happy birthday to the Hubble telescope. It's celebrating its 25th year with some spectacular pictures from space. 7:07, you're watching Fox 4.
Welcome back, everyone. We continue to keep an eye on radar. Thunderstorms, not necessarily a huge issue this morning, but we've got rain down to our south. Also, rain over just to the west of the 435 loop. We'll have more on your forecast in just a moment.
This morning, more than a dozen students are recovering in hospitals after that stage collapsed right underneath them. This is a high school in Indiana. Last night, one witness described all the chaos when the stage gave way.
There was this one girl who had like nails in her leg, and she was getting taken out on a stretcher and stuff. And there was another girl with like a dislocated leg and something. It was bad.
That area was an orchestra pit. It had a cover over it, obviously, which had never given way like this before. So several of those students fell about 8 feet. One girl is critically injured. They're still trying to figure out exactly what happened, why it collapsed like that underneath them. New this morning, President Barack Obama says he has ordered a review of U.S. drone strikes. A drone strike killed 2 al-Qaeda operatives who were Americans, but it also killed 2 innocent hostages, one an American, one an Italian. The president took full responsibility for these. It happened in January. It's just now become public knowledge. He apologized for the death of one hostage, Warren Weinstein of Maryland, and an Italian and worker who died during the counterterrorism operation. They were being held by al-Qaeda in Pakistan. 2 Americans were working as senior al-Qaeda operatives, and they died in the attacks. After months of delay, the U.S. now has a new Attorney General. The Senate confirmed Loretta Lynch yesterday with a vote of 56-43. She becomes the first African-American woman to serve in that post. She replaces outgoing Attorney General Eric Holder, so his farewell ceremonies today. Lynch will be sworn in on Monday. The Hubble telescope turns 25 today, and NASA's celebrating by releasing some absolutely stunning pictures of our galaxy. A big giant cluster photo that Hubble captured is more than 2 million years old. That system there. The entire thing is between 6 and 13 light years across. NASA launched this telescope on April 24th of 1990. Mark Alford did a live shot there the day that it happened. NASA says that the Hubble helped unlock some of the deepest secrets in space, including how our world formed. They're hoping that the Hubble would remain operational for at least 2 decades, but it's still going strong at 25. Of course, Hillary Clinton is running for president. It is her time as Secretary of State that a House committee is investigating. They're calling her on the carpet to testify. Carly?
Lauren, we're going to be talking about rain on the radar and a few thunderstorms possible. All the details in your forecast when Fox Mornings at 7 continues at 7:12 and 57 degrees. Welcome back, everyone. Rain continues to develop this morning. It's just rain, nothing severe. Although we may have a few rumbles of thunder here and there, it's going to be tonight that we need to watch for potentially some stronger thunderstorms. So let's focus in on this area right now. First and foremost, just to the east of Topeka, near Lawrence, near Tonganoxie, now approaching Leavenworth and even the western fringes of the 435 loop. We're talking about some showers that have developed this morning, and at times it could be a little brief heavy downpour moving through your city. Then as we head through the rest of today, we'll start warming up a little bit and we'll focus on western parts of our viewing area for the first round of thunderstorms tonight. We'll show you that in a moment. First, temperature-wise, we're in the 50s this morning and everybody pretty cloudy because those clouds are just streaming in with moisture trying to work its way to the north in advance of our main storm system. Later on today, we're talking about the potential for severe weather to the west of Kansas City. Thunderstorms that develop out here could be on the strong side, producing some larger hail, maybe some isolated tornadoes in central Kansas. By the time these thunderstorms get to us, they may end up being a little line or a broken line of thunderstorms. And when that happens, when you get the line, the threat shifts usually away from being tornadic to more of a wind event or potentially some larger hail. And I am expecting that to be more of our concern later on tonight. Also very heavy downpours likely within some of these thunderstorms. This morning's rain should be out of here before lunch. Then this evening, this is 10 o'clock, notice showers and thunderstorms to our north, also to the south. And that may be one big line or it may be a broken line, but still rain in the forecast for tonight. 10 o'clock through midnight could be a little stormy. Then as we head towards tomorrow morning, I expect most of the rain to be winding down. And by tomorrow evening, drying out. Should be nice as we head towards the second half of the weekend. A little cooler on Sunday, though, with highs in the low 60s. And as we approach early next week, we'll stay in the lower 60s for highs, but then warm up nicely into the 70s as we head towards Wednesday and Thursday. I'm looking forward to that. I got to go morel mushroom hunting.
My buddy up north, he's already got some. We should be good by now.
By the time we hit 70s this week, that'll be the sweet spot.
Okay. Do share, Carly.
Nope.
Westbound I-70 in Manchester, we still have the accident here. Crews are making progress here on clearing it. And westbound I-70, you'll notice here, has turned into a long line of traffic all the way back beyond Blue Ridge Boulevard, 11 miles an hour in the backup. So here is what's left of the accident. We still have a police cruiser here on the scene, and they're cleaning up some debris, and this is one of the vehicles that were involved in the wreck. It's in a construction zone, clearly. So into the backup we go, and we'll show you what it looks like here at right about Sterling. Around the corner here would be Blue Ridge Cutoff, and traffic westbound on I-70 is just a parking lot all the way back towards Blue Ridge Boulevard. So drive time delays, yes. 35 minutes right now from 7 Highway in Blue Springs into downtown. Kansas side is quiet. Nick Vassos, Fox 4 Power Traffic.
Well, a mother still dealing with the grief of losing her daughter wants to keep other parents from experiencing her pain. LaShonda Kane returned to the same water park in South Kansas City, near where police found her 14-year-old daughter Alexis earlier this year. She says losing her daughter has really been tough, and she gained strength from the support of the community. Many showed up yesterday to help canvass that area, encouraging people to actually report crime when they see it, to keep neighbors safe.
It's hard. It's very hard for me to stand here, but I know that I had to do it to save the community's children as well. So I just want to kind of use this as an example for all of us to come forward and to stay together.
Volunteers passed out door hangers with the Jackson County Combat Hotline number on it. They encourage people to speak up so they can prevent tragedies. Lee Summit Gun Shop owner is offering free firearm classes for the entire family this weekend. Starting today, Frontier Justice will offer 30-minute classes on safe storage, gun storage, children and firearms, and range safety. Owners say it's important for both kids and adults to know what to do around guns, treat them with proper respect. The classes will be held at the location on Northeast Jones Industrial Avenue, just off 291 there. It's first come, first serve. For more information on the class times, call the number on your screen.
Kansas City, are you ready for some football? Starting today, you can buy single game tickets for the upcoming Chiefs season. The sales today start for Jackson County taxpayers in less than an hour. Jackson County residents can buy tickets at the Arrowhead Stadium box office. You got to take your photo ID and a Jackson County property tax receipt to prove you live in Jackson County. At 10 a.m., season ticket holders can start buying their single game tickets. Then at noon, tickets go on sale to the general public on Ticketmaster.com. A panel investigating the deadly 2012 attacks on Americans in Benghazi wants to hear from Hillary Clinton, where she was Secretary of State at the time. The chairman of the House committee wants her to testify at 2 public hearings next month. The first would focus on her use of private email accounts and a private server while she worked as Secretary of State. The second would focus on the attacks that killed 4 Americans, including a U.S. ambassador, and their request for help before the attack. A lawyer for Clinton said she's prepared to answer any questions on the issue publicly before she's campaigning for president in next year's election.
Massive rally in the support of the U.S. flag is set to shut down a Georgia university later today. Valdosta State University is canceling classes and campus events. School officials have some big concerns about security now. Last week, video showing a student stepping on and burning the flag sparked a lot of controversy. A 14-year veteran of the U.S. Air Force took a flag from a protester. That caused a scuffle. A lot of people are fearful that this is going to grow. The FBI and Georgia Bureau of Investigation are moving in to keep the peace there. A rally is set for noon today. Organizers estimate there could be more than 4,000 people on both sides there at this protest.
A Fox 4 follow-up for you now. A fast food manager who says she got fired because she wouldn't repay money that a robber stole at her fast food restaurant says the company wants to give her job back. Marissa Holcomb says she's not sure she wants to work there anymore.
I do need a way to support my kids, but I don't want to go back to a business where I'm going to be treated the same and then I just get pushed back out if something else happens.
The fast food chain, the Popeyes, is in Channelview, Texas. It's also offering up to $2,000 in back pay for her. The franchise owner fired her after a robber came in and stole money. She had about $400 in the register and the robber got it. The owner said that's too much money to leave in the register and demanded that she pay for the losses. The owner fired her when she wouldn't do it. Raids are underway in Italy as authorities search for more than a dozen suspected terrorists right now. Rob?
And guys, are the Royals getting a bad rap or gaining a bad rep after the skirmish on the south side last night? We'll show you what happened and invite you into our discussion. That's coming up.
All right, get out your hairnets. Here's today's school lunch menus. We should make some of those lunch boxes. You can also find links to your school's menu online at fox4kc.com. Look under On Air. It is 7:22. Coming up on 7:23, and you're watching Fox 4 News at 7.
Good morning, 725, Fox 4 Power traffic, westbound I-70 in trouble this morning if you're headed for downtown, inbound from Blue Springs or Independence. Accident working right at Manchester Trafficway. This is right in the middle of a construction zone, and our real-time maps are showing us the delays extend all the way back beyond Blue Ridge Boulevard, so 12 miles an hour in the backup. Here is what's left of the wreck. It's in the right lane now. They have 2 lanes getting by here, and you can clearly tell this is a construction zone, and the accident may have taken out maybe some of those Jersey barriers there, waiting on a second tow truck. Into the backup we go, and we'll show you what it looks like at Blue Ridge Boulevard. There you see just inching along here westbound on I-70. This is the only game in town in terms of any big wrecks or big delays out there. You are slow. 33 minutes right now from 7 Highway in Blue Springs into the southeast corner of the downtown loop. So rest of the drive is looking pretty good except for I-70, guys.
Oh, baby, big concert tonight, okay? If you're a fan, these are a couple of great bands. In fact, these guys could quit acting and they could just do this full time. The Kevin Bacon band, Bacon Brothers, performs tonight at McGee Street Events. This is between 11th and 12th Street at McGee.
They kind of sizzle, don't they?
They do. Yes, they go great with eggs. They have an outdoor event, and they've also got the, what is it called? The hall there. Prohibition Hall is right there.
Used to be called Social. It's now Prohibition Hall.
$35, you get a 2-day pass for tickets. So you can see 4 fried chickens and a Coke and Bacon Brothers tonight. Tomorrow night you can see Billy Bob Thornton's band, the Boxmasters, and several other terrific bands before that. You also get, for $55, a 2-day pass to the concert outside and indoor access to the after parties And then there's a special VIP package. I think it's
Really?
$525 and you get to go to the meet and greets with the Bacon Brothers and with Billy Bob and his band. Now, Fox Sports tent, look for that. It's going to be outside. Look, it's near the Captain Morgan's.
All right. Yes, I know
So
Captain
just
Morgan very well.
Think rum, think Fox
Yes.
4, right? And we're going to have T-shirts for sale for $10 for the morning show, and they got a big raffle going on, a big giveaway. So
Can you do a close? Hold this up. All right, come back here, Nick. I'm not done with you. You remember when we did this photo at Mark McDonald's studio like 2 years ago?
I do.
Or was it 3 years ago?
Uh-huh.
We're all dressed in white. We're all doing these little poses. I said, let's do a party pic like in college where we're all. You remember that?
I do remember
is that the party pic?
And that's the party pic. And do you remember Carly's reaction? She's like, don't. She was very stand-up. She didn't like doing the party pic.
Don't put your arm around me.
She played it along with it, and that I think that's one of the best pictures we have.
I agree.
Yes.
It's fun.
Anyway, let's talk Royals, shall we? Because it's a big deal. Everybody's talking about this.
Ooh, everybody.
Players from both dugouts ran onto the field last night during the big game between the Royals and the Chicago White Sox.
The Royals won it in extra innings, but however, they may lose some more players to penalties. Rob Collins is live at the K with the story.
Yeah, guys, good morning. The win in extra innings, not the story today. Another brawl, benches cleared once again in the Royals game. Now, you may recall when the Royals started the season here at Kauffman Stadium, it was against the White Sox. 6 players were hit in that series in which the Royals swept. So Sox may have a little bad blood, maybe harbingering a few bad feelings after getting swept right out of town. Now, last night, more batters got hit. Ace Ventura hit Jose Abreu in the 4th inning. It didn't appear to be on purpose. They even talked to each other down the baselines. Ventura said, "You okay?" Abreu said, "Bueno, good to go." So we pick it up in the next inning. Not so good. Chris Sale plunks Mike Moustakas. Sale's body language shows that wasn't on purpose, but certainly still hurt, and another hits batsman. Here we go, bottom of the 7th, tied at 2. Adam Eaton hits a comebacker to Ventura. You can see words are exchanged by both on the way to first base. Here we go, both benches clear. Some punches were actually thrown. Not many were actually connected. Royals pitcher Edison Volquez takes a big old swing at Sox pitcher Jeff Samardzija. He misses, but the message clearly sent. The Royals, well, they ain't going to be bullied. 5 people ejected in this game. Ventura, Volquez, Lorenzo Cain for the Royals, and pitchers Jeff Samardzija and Chris Sale for the White Sox. Again, as for the game, here's how it ended. Eric Hosmer delivers a win with a double to right, scoring Gerard Dyson flying around from first base. 3-2 is your winner. Royals first place in the division after the win, but the issue here, most folks are taking umbrage to across baseball, is all this body language that the Royals do, this hand jive stuff. You see Hosmer do it there on second after getting the game-winning hits, and that's what has some folks a little mad at the Royals. Here's Hosmer after the game.
We got to worry about what goes on here, and you know, we can control that with you know, making sure guys are doing the right thing. So you know, we'll meet as a group, we'll go over it, we'll talk about it, and you know, we'll make sure it doesn't happen again like that.
And they need to clear this up, whether they're being bullied or not. Someone's going to get hurt, and some folks are going to get ejected, suspended, and then when they start losing games, it'll be a bigger issue. We want to know what you think about this. Go to our Facebook page and let us know. We'll see you then, and we'll talk there. Rob Collins, Fox 4 News, working for you live from the K.
Thank you, Rob.
From the station that's working for you, Mark Alford, Lauren Halifax, meteorologist Carly Ritter, and Nick Vassos with Power Traffic. You're watching Fox 4 News at 7:30 a.m.
7:31 now. Good morning. Carly is updating some brand new information about our potential for severe weather tonight.
Yeah, right now we got rain on the radar at least. Here's meteorologist Michelle Bogowith with that.
Good morning, Mark and Lauren. A few showers starting to bubble up just west of downtown. It's along I-70 near Lawrence, just south of Tonganoxie, lifting up towards Baser. This activity all lifting to the northeast, and it will be impacting the 435 loop here very shortly, if not already. So if you're getting ready to step on out the door on the Kansas side and you travel along 435, just be prepared to use those windshield wipers. We're going to continue to keep our eye on things early this morning. Better chances for showers and thunderstorms arrive later this evening. Carly's going to have a look at your timeline and details. That's coming up in just 15 minutes.
That's text.
Thank you. We have an update now on that huge bribery story out of Johnson County.
Kim Burns is right here with more on that.
Yeah, this involves fake driver's licenses. And last night we told you that more than 30 people are facing charges. Police were still looking for 2 people last night. Well, this morning they arrested one of them, this woman, Monica Hernandez Gonzalez. She is now in custody. They are still looking for 27-year-old Antonio Garcia. Simon. We'll keep you updated. Police in Italy are closing in on 18 terrorists, including 2 bodyguards who worked for Osama bin Laden. The group they're targeting is associated with al-Qaeda. They're accused of financing terrorist movements in and around Afghanistan as well as Pakistan. Among those being rounded up are the terrorists who blew up a market back in 2009. More than 100 people died in that attack. The bird flu outbreak is now affecting more states. Minnesota's governor declared a state of emergency there. Health officials are trying to reassure the public, though, the virus poses really little risk to humans, but the flu is having a major economic impact on farmers.
This is a moving target, and the number of farms affected continues to increase. We don't know what the ceiling is going to be.
Health experts say the virus is likely being carried by waterfowl, geese, ducks, swans, and they're believed to be migrating from Asia. Since December, 16 states have reported cases of the bird flu. Iowa right now is the worst. A powerful earthquake shook horses and fans at a track in New Zealand. This is video we just got in. This happened this morning. The U.S. Geological Survey says, look at that tent in there. It was a 5.9 magnitude quake. So a whole lot of shaking going on. No reports of any injuries.
Good deal. Thank you.
You bet.
Thank you. Kansas City, Missouri, the city is going to throw a big party tonight because it's got a big announcement with the streetcar.
They're honoring the first stop on the line, and Matt Stewart's live at 16th and Main.
Yeah, this is a big milestone for the streetcar. The very first platform is already built, and they will be having a party tonight. We'll tell you more about that in a second, but to get an update on the streetcar project, I have Aaron Adams. He's the project manager, and this is a pretty big occasion, right?
Oh, absolutely. This is basically our first platform. What that means to us and the project is we're kind of on the downhill slide of the project. Platforms are typically one of the last things to go in. Build the streetcar track first, then build the platform. So, we have 16 of these in total. Should be finishing up with the platforms around October, around the same time that Kansas City, Missouri starts running their test trains.
They're going to be built every 2 blocks along that 2-mile stretch between River Market and Union Station. And it's really interesting. I want to talk about what happens after that. So after the platforms are built, it's pretty much ready to go, but people won't be able to ride the streetcar for a few months?
That's correct. KCMO has some very stringent tests they have to do with the vehicles, with the operators of the vehicles. It's months of testing that is required by the FTA, by MoDOT, by other organizations that mandate safety throughout the system. So there will be vehicles running up and down, stopping at platforms. Unfortunately, passengers won't be able to get on just yet, but we've got to test in order to make it a safe system.
And the last thing, I want to step off with you, Aaron, real quick, and we can just show the street itself. We're taking a look, so you see the streetcar rails in the ground. Where are cars going to be going in that same lane as the streetcar?
Absolutely. So the 2 tracks, the northbound and the southbound track, when you're driving in your car, you could be in front of a streetcar, behind a streetcar. You'll stop, or actually a streetcar will stop at the same traffic signals you will. You'll have to, if you're wanting to take a left across Main Street, you'll have to wait for a streetcar to clear. No different than standard bus traffic or regular traffic.
Well, it's going to be very interesting once the streetcar gets up and running. Aaron, thank you so much for joining us. And also, real quick, that's where the second platform is being built, catty corner to the first one here at 16th and Main. A big party going on from 5 to 7. The public's invited. Come on down. The mayor's going to be here, city officials. You can learn more about the streetcar project. Again, slated to begin carrying passengers at the beginning of next year. Matt Stewart, Fox 4 News, working for you live in downtown Kansas City.
Well, with faith, you can move mountains, right? Little boy hopes it'll bring him closer to his father fighting in a war. We're going to chat with the stars of the new comedy drama, Little Boy, coming up.
And we're working for you with a great giveaway right now. This month, it's the Yard of Dreams contest on Fox 4. You got to watch it every weekday morning. You get the word of the day. You enter it online on our contest website. Every week, we're going to give away a push lawn mower, but the big grand prize is a riding mower along with $5,000 to landscape your whole yard, a total yard remake. So watch every weekday, 6 a.m. for the word of the day. They go to fox4kc.com/contest.
Good morning, 7:39. Still have the problems inbound I-70 westbound wreck working at Manchester. Now, the wreck is gone, but the right lane remains closed. And you'll notice here the backup extends all the way back to Lee Summit Road, and speeds are about 10 miles an hour. So here's what's going on. They still have the right lane closed. The impact of the crash right here against some of these barriers knocked them out of place. And it looks like we've got some of these construction workers here trying to make repairs to this right lane. So the right lane of westbound I-70 remains closed this morning, and that's causing a backup on I-70. Also causing a backup on northbound 435. We also have a little fender bender here on Stadium, but this is traffic here trying to get to westbound I-70. So not only is I-70 a parking lot, but northbound 435 affected as well. Nick Vassos, Fox 4 Power Traffic.
All right, Nick, a former Johnson County music teacher accused of inappropriately touching children has to avoid all minors now. Investigators had some concern that Sean Dow might be trying to hold guitar lessons at his own home while he's out on bond. Well, a judge ruled that he can't do that with anyone under 18. Dow did work and give music lessons at the Funky Monkey Music Store in Shawnee. They charged him with 2 counts of aggravated indecent liberties with a child. Investigators think he may have as many as 6 victims. Local veterinarians say a highly contagious, deadly strain of a dog flu is spreading here in the Midwest. They're teaming up with shelters to try to figure out a plan in case it comes here to Kansas City. 6 dogs have died in Chicago. There is 1 confirmed case here in Missouri. Vets say the strain of dog flu can be carried on clothing, tabletops, sidewalks, and kennel runs for days. Kansas City vets are warning dog owners to get your pets vaccinated.
Good boy.
We don't want to scare the public. However, we do need to educate the public on this matter. And what we're trying to do is have animals being vaccinated, because we're going to try like heck to keep it out of Kansas City Metro.
Doesn't infect humans, but it can spread to cats. Vets say they plan to quarantine dogs if they're infected. If your dog is sick, do not take them to the vet. Call ahead and let them figure out a plan. Here's some signs to look for. A high fever, lack of appetite, coughing, runny nose, just kind of like a flu with a human, right? But if your dog has those symptoms, call first. We do have a recall to tell you about. Pharmaceutical company RB says bottles of Mucinex may have misleading labels. The amount of drugs like acetaminophen and other ingredients may not be listed correctly. Products is the most concerned about are on your screen, so call the company directly at 866-MUCINEX if you have a question. You can also log on to fox4kc.com to see more info on this story. Carly?
Mark, we're going to be talking about rain on the radar moving into the metro. All the details on this round of rain and the potential for storms coming up.
Here is the job of the day, or as we like to call it, the JOTD. How about a seasonal park maintenance worker for Independence, Missouri? For that job and others, go to fox4kc.com, click on it, you'll see the job of the day link there. We're coming right back.
Wake me now. 2, 3. This is gonna be the best day of my life.
Welcome back, everyone. 7:45 in the morning. Best day of my life, the name of the song, and we've got kind of a gray start to the day. Not the prettiest of starts looking towards downtown. Skies have darkened in some spots where the rain is rolling through, and we've got rain and thunderstorms showing up on radar. Nothing severe, but we're going to be watching this develop just southwest of Kansas City, lifting up towards us. We've got rain in the forecast later on this morning. And for those of you in Leavenworth County, Wyandotte counties, essentially the western fringes of the 435 loop, getting in on quite a bit of rain. And some of this rain is heavy at times. This will be moving through downtown, creating some issues for the roadways. Nick will be keeping a very close eye on that, especially on the west side of Kansas City. And then notice the rain continues to develop all the way back down towards Osage City, and it's lifting up towards Baldwin City, towards Ottawa, eventually Spring Hill, Olathe. You'll pick up the rain as well. Just rain this morning, nothing severe, and it will continue through about 11 or let's say lunchtime. Then as we head towards tonight, we'll be watching for the potential of a few storms to roll through. The main threat here is going to be hail, some gusty winds, and very heavy rainfall. And as we head towards this evening, we'll be watching especially around 5, 6 o'clock when these thunderstorms initially partially developed, the potential for tornadoes in central Kansas. Nothing here in Kansas City, but the thunderstorms that develop in central Kansas could be tornadic, and then they'll start weakening as they move towards us and transition more into a heavy rain, hail, or wind event. Mid-50s to kick things off this morning, and we've got quite a bit of cloud cover in place, even where it's not raining. Notice how all of this rain has developed in the last 30 minutes or so. It's going to lift up towards us. We've got rain in the forecast today, and the severe weather potential, hello, it's Friday, off to our west for tonight for the areas shaded in this orange color here. Heading into the weekend, once we get this back edge of the storm through by tomorrow morning, that's when we'll start to see improvements, and we will have a drier second half of the weekend. I don't really think Saturday is going to be a complete washout by any stretch either. Rain will be most likely in the morning before lunch, and then nicer and drier for the next 7 days. We'll be watching this evening's forecast closely. Nick Vassos, if you have a tea time tomorrow morning, I don't know if I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Might want to push it to tomorrow evening or Sunday.
Well, maybe Sunday. Maybe we'll go on Sunday.
There you go.
Thank you, Carly. 7:48 and Foxborough Power Traffic. Inbound I-70. Now, we had an accident right at Manchester, but the accident has cleared. But still, the right lane is blocked. And westbound traffic on I-70 is still jammed solid all the way back towards Blue Ridge Boulevard. What they are doing is making repairs to the wall here. This is in the middle of a construction zone, and the crash displaced some of those concrete barriers there. So construction crews are making repairs. As a result, traffic is backed up to Nolan Road. It was backed up to Nolan Road. Maybe this is just the tail end of the backup here, but it certainly is costing you some time. Look at your travel times. 39 minutes right now from 7 Highway into downtown. Carrie will be watching it in our 8 o'clock hour. Nick Vassos, Foxborough Power Traffic.
Hey, we're doing our senior send-offs again this year. I love this time of year. This hour, we honor Mr. Grant Clapp from Kearney High School. Congratulations. May all your dreams come true. Love your family. We want some more of it to come on in. So we're also congratulating Devon Thomas from Mill Valley High School. Looks like a golfer there. Says, we're so proud of you. Love Mom, Dad, Landon, and Lauren.
Or Devin.
Devin?
Sometimes we don't know for sure how to
We don't
pronounce
know.
them. If you have a graduating high school student, we want to make sure we put them on the air. So post your picture and message on fox4kc.com/seniors. And if you enter before May 7th, you can win a $450 gift card.
Police officers are used to hearing some pretty crazy stories from drivers trying to get out of a ticket.
An officer in Maryland pulled a guy over. This guy had a great reason for speeding. My wife's about to have a baby. Officer Dan Campbell pulled over the speeding car, and the driver said his wife was in labor. So the officer said that he would escort them to the hospital, but before they could even get on the road, the baby was coming. It was time. So the officer said he grabbed his first aid bag and put on those latex gloves and went to work to help.
They do train us to deliver babies in the academy. It's one of those, this could happen, and we hear the stories, and I was like, wow, this is really happening right now.
The baby weighed 7 pounds, 8 ounces. Police said mom and baby are both doing fine. A new movie called Little Boy focuses on a strong bond between a father and son.
Yeah, when they're separated by World War II, an 8-year-old relies on the power of faith to reunite them. Sean Edwards chats with the stars.
In Little Boy, a World War II era family drama, an 8-year-old is willing to do whatever to bring his father home from the war.
It was a great experience working on Little Boy. It was fun. It was challenging, but I think, you know, I've done a lot of movies. I knew that this had all the potential to be something good and to be something special. And I, you know, so many of the movies that are being made today are just sort of one kind. And this is a film that I think, you know, for me, it's exciting to be in a movie that everybody could see. Kids could see it, you know, older people could see it, and I think it's a type of movie that'll span the test of time. Like, it's a timeless movie with a timeless story.
Your faith is powerful.
But if I get enough faith, nothing's impossible, right? Even bringing my dad home?
Your faith won't work if you have even the slightest bit of doubt.
How old are you?
I'm 11.
11. So how much did you know about this period of history?
Oh, I know it was based on the 40s in World War II, and that's pretty much all. I know it's faith-based, and I know it doesn't need to be faith-based. I mean, if you don't look at it as that, it is. But if you look at it as faith-based, it is.
Sean Edwards, Fox 4 News, working for you in Los Angeles.
Little Boys in theaters today, and coming up next hour, Russ and Sham will be in the screening room with a review of all the movies coming out this weekend.
A soldier from Missouri died defending his country, and now more than 40 years later, the Vietnam War vet finally makes it home.
Forget waiting for a certain season. Pretty soon you'll be able to bake your own batch of Girl Scout cookies anytime, anywhere. It's 7:52. Stick around. All right, it's 7:55 now. The remains of a Missouri soldier killed in the Vietnam War are finally back home this morning. Army Sergeant Rodney Griffin's widow, brother, and other family members were there at Lambert Airport in St. Louis yesterday to receive his remains. He died on May 2nd, 1970 in Cambodia after a helicopter crash. A funeral for Griffin is going to be tomorrow. He graduated from Centralia High School back in 1968. He'll be buried in Mexico, Missouri. Moose on the loose is no more. Idaho Fish and Game captured the wandering wild animal. They got some calls yesterday morning about the moose on the loose in Boise. There he is. He's walking around the state park there. The wayward moose made her way to Elm Grove Park in Boise's north end. Turns out it's not the moose's first visit to the big city. The 2-year-old was seen near Warm Springs last year. Her green tag indicates that she is the same animal. Idaho Fish and Game officers tranquilized the moose and loaded her onto a trailer. She'll be released back into the wild, and now they're looking for, well, the male moose that may be nearby.
We start something really special for you on Monday. Kansas City Zoo's full of life. So what happens behind the scenes after you go home? Monday morning we start All Access KC. We will take you behind the scenes and get all access behind some of the zoo's closed doors.
She's pretty friendly.
All access behind the Penguins Hellsberg Plaza. All access with the polar bears, even the Wings of Wonder bird show. We're going to show you the animals' homes, how they get fed, how the employees keep them clean and happy. Tune in Monday for Fox 4's All Access KC. The Girl Scouts are coming out with a new toy for kids. They'll sell it this summer. It's a bake-it-yourself Girl Scout cookie oven, so you can whip up Thin Mints and other cookie favorites at home year-round. And there's only one catch. The oven only comes with one cookie pack. You have to buy the refills separately. The cookie flavors are Thin Mint, trefoils, and chocolate peanut butter. Sorry, Samoa fans. The Girl Scout oven is going to be sold at Walmart, Target, and Toys R Us.
That sounds pretty good. I would take a big case of Thin Mint cookie mix. In case you're
Always, he does.
want to